games I'm looking forward to is Mankato East and then our MLK event, Minnehaha. One of them beat us in Fall League, and then another one is ranked above us. So we gotta show us better.
Probably Mankato East because they are ranked above us, and I feel like we have a better team than them, and we're more deep.
Every game this year gonna mean something to me because it's my senior year. Really Mankato East because they're ranked above us, and I don't feel like they should be ranked above us.
For me, it's just Mankato East, Minnehaha. I think we play Richfield. Yeah, just anybody ranked above us. I feel like they're not better than us.
You gotta get to college first.
What y'all think about this team compared to last year's team? It could be anything.
Difference between this year's team is that we're older. We got bigger with 2 transfers, more length, more size. Yeah, I'm excited.
I feel like this team is better than last year because we're a little bit more competitive this season than from last season.
I feel like the maturity level is way higher. I feel like everybody's way stronger, and I feel like that's it for everybody.
I feel like this year's team better than last year's team because we weren't ready for what coming, no matter what it is.
Somebody that try to play like, I'll say college. I'm an Illinois fan, so I would say Kylan Bowser.
I don't got one.
If anybody, probably Jokic because I can shoot, play in the paint, pass it. So.
Probably like VJ Edgecombe.
I can see that for sure. We got 2 foot bounces.
Individual games have improved over in the offseason.
For me, I would say I've gotten stronger. I probably grew an inch, and then just working on my shot, being able to step out and take a shot or 2, just so it can open up the floor for me.
I feel like I got really strong. I think too strong. I did lose my jumper a little bit from my sophomore year when I had a 30, but it's whatever.
You need to be media trained so bad.
This year, I can shoot better. Been better shape. I got my body in a little bit better shape, so I can just get up and down better this year.
I've just been working on. I feel like got better at spacing the floor and like playing with my teammates. That's what.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, so you had a young team last year, a lot of underclassmen, seniors. So what's the makeup of your team this year, and what do you think about the experience from your returning players?
Okay, well, our returning players are all extremely experienced. They've been playing varsity basketball since 8th and 9th grade for the large majority of them. Last year we had no seniors at all, so now we're returning 4 seniors: Jermaine Thomas, Curtis, Tavius Johnson, Reno Camp, and Kenny Turner. Everybody else on the team is juniors and 1 sophomore. So we still have a young component, but it's a very experienced young group. They've been through the wars. They've gone and played a tough non-conference schedule. They were 8 points from going to state last year as sophomores and juniors, and now I think they're ready to take that next step because they physically matured and they've mentally matured. So I'm excited about them. I'm not sure how everybody else feels, but I'm excited about them. It's kind of been our plan for since they were in 4th and 5th grade, is to get to this point with this group of guys and just see where the chips are gonna fall at the end of this season. So.
Absolutely. Anybody else? All right, second question. So y'all finished second in conference last year behind Central. So what y'all think it's going to take to get over that hump and finish first this year?
I'm gonna say maturity. Last year we were one of as mature as we should have been. We still took the bait to the negligence of the game. You know, the trash talking, the extra fouling, just not being disciplined. I don't see that this year. I see they smell blood, and right now they a bunch of sharks in the water and they ready to eat. So I don't see nobody in our way but us.
Just as long as we stay healthy, stay as a unit, we'll be all right.
Healthy and grades, it should be pretty much fine. Coach, just very confident in this group about what we got going forward. So,
Also, to add to Coach Jett's maturity statement, last year we kind of cost ourselves a lot of those games, and I'm not talking about on the court. I mean just in general. With the way our program is currently composed and comprised, and the expectations of our administration here and the coaching staff itself, we have a high expectation for them academically and socially. So there were games that we had where you will literally see 4 guys in street clothes, and we'll go out there and play with 5 then, man. Because if you didn't live up to your part of the bargain, academically or socially, we're not going to reward you with playing games. Part of that maturity that Coach Jett is speaking of is these guys are turning the corner, they're buying in, they're not in the hallways, their grades are good, socially, academically, they're doing fine. So we think the byproduct could be success on the court.
So it's still early, but what have you seen so far from your team that gives you signs of encouragement going into the season?
I think it's their bitter taste in their mouth. I think that last game of the season last year versus D, they seen that game was winnable, but the maturity, once again, their feet were wet, but they weren't completely wet. So I see the hunger in them. You know, that's what I love the most. I mean, practice is like 2 separate teams. Like they go at each other. I mean, y'all got to see what they do in practice. It's like the next opponent. You know, and what I love is that they do that to each other, but they also will do that to whoever lines up in front of them. They don't pick and choose who it's going to be. It's whoever's in front of you. So I just think that's the difference in them this year is, you know, they're beyond hungry. And that bitter taste in their mouth, they got something to prove to the city.
effort has been the biggest thing too. We don't have to coach that part. Like a lot of these dudes come in really locked in, and we pretty much invite that. You come in with that mentality that it's a dog-eat-dog mentality, and we're making each other better. But the biggest thing after, like, if you heard Coach, after we broke it down, is love on each other, show love, and that's the biggest thing. It's like, yeah, we gonna have a war in between these lines, but when we get out in the community, it's us, you know. And I think that's the biggest thing. It was just all of us in the mentality that it's us against everybody, and we gotta have each other's back no matter what. So that's the biggest thing, and I'm very excited about that part.
To add to that, and it kind of piggybacks on what Coach Jett spoke about with the maturity again. Last year, these guys were a group of individuals. Even though they'd been playing ball in some shape, form, or fashion since they were, you know, before they were in junior high, you know what I'm saying, 5th and 6th, 4th and 5th graders, they had a immature viewpoint of the game, where it was about individual accolades. It was about what they could come back and brag to each other about. It was about the trash talk, about taking it off the court. This year, in the preseason stuff, from June on, actually, I personally been seeing these guys remember who they are to each other. They actually love each other. They actually care about each other. The success of the next man matters to them now. Finally, if Maine Curtis flies through the air and dunks the ball, the whole team is excited. If Caden Elfay shoots a 3 out of the corner, the whole team is excited. If Reno Camp knocks a 3 down and does his silly Spider-Man stuff, you know what I'm saying? The whole team is equally as excited. If Octavius Johnson steals the ball from you or forces you into a 5-second count, they're equally as excited as if they had just done it, and it hadn't been that way for a while. So to see these guys celebrating each other loving on each other, willing to hold each other accountable, but also just willing to get on the court against each other and just work on each other. I mean, I don't know. I hope y'all got mute buttons on your camera.
Oh, we got you.
Because some of the language they use is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. In our generation, you know, I'm the oldest one, and we similar generation. Oh, them are fighting words. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll see them in the gym just 10 minutes later, and they like laughing and giggling and hugging and like, hey man, that was between the lines, bro. So I'm like, if they can take that energy and push that upon someone else, to y'all point, it's gonna be a hard night for everybody. So, and I think they're getting to that point where they're realizing like it's us versus everybody. And I hope somebody's prepared to play 11 people, because we're playing 11 people who all can go.
For sure.
All right, that's all we got. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.